The door to our cramped dorm room swung open with a familiar creak, and I stepped inside, drenched in sweat from basketball practice. Jordan was sprawled on his bed, headphones in, eyes glued to his laptop screen, or so I thought. As I peeled off my soaked shirt, tossing it into the hamper, I caught his reflection in the mirror. His gaze locked on me, intense and unwavering, and instead of calling him out, I just kept going. My heart pounded harder than it had during the game. Jordan and I had been roommates since freshman year at UCLA, two guys from opposite coasts thrown together by fate or the housing lottery. He was the quiet type from a small town in Texas, with that easy southern drawl that made everything sound laid back, even when it wasn't. Me, Alex Thompson, born and raised in bustling New York City, always the one pushing boundaries, questioning norms. We'd bonded over late-night video games and shared complaints about cafeteria food. But lately, things felt different. Subtle shifts, longer glances, accidental brushes of hands, conversations that lingered on personal dreams and fears. That afternoon, as I stood there in the mirror's unforgiving light, I unbuckled my belt, letting my shorts drop to the floor. Jordan's eyes didn't waver. If anything, they sharpened. A flush crept up my neck, but not from embarrassment, more like anticipation. Was this what I'd been sensing all along? The unspoken tension that hung between us like humidity before a storm? I stepped into clean boxers, then jeans, all the while pretending not to notice. When I finally turned around, he snapped his eyes back to his screen, cheeks tinged pink. "Hey man, how was practice?" he asked, voice a tad too casual. "Brutal," I replied, forcing a grin. Coach had us running suicides like we were training for the Olympics. We fell into our usual banter, but the air felt charged. That night, as we grabbed burgers at the campus diner, I couldn't shake the image of his stare. Was it curiosity, attraction, or just my imagination running wild? Jordan talked about his latest history paper, something on civil rights movements, his passion for social justice shining through. He came from a conservative family, church every Sunday back home, parents who voted red without question. He'd confided in me once about feeling out of place there, like he was hiding parts of himself. As we walked back to the dorm under the starry California sky, I tested the waters. You ever feel like you're living a double life? Like, who you are here versus back home? He paused, hands shoved in his pockets. All the time. My folks, they have expectations. Good job, nice girl, white picket fence. But out here it's like I can breathe. I nodded, my pulse quickening. Yeah, breathing's important. Sometimes you gotta let things out. See what happens. He shot me a sideways glance, something unreadable in his eyes. Back in the room, as we settled in for bed, the silence stretched. I lay there, staring at the ceiling, replaying the afternoon. Why hadn't I stopped? Why had I let him watch? It wasn't about exhibitionism. It was about invitation. A silent permission to cross a line we'd both been tiptoeing around. The next morning, things escalated subtly. I forgot my towel after a shower, walking back to my side of the room with just a hand covering the essentials. Jordan was at his desk, but his typing faltered. Our eyes met briefly, and he cleared his throat. "Dude, you trying to give me a heart attack?" I laughed it off. "What? We're both guys. No big deal." But it was a big deal. That exchange opened a floodgate of small provocations. I'd change shirts with the door open, or stretch in ways that showed off my physique from the gym. Each time I'd catch him looking, and each time I'd pretend not to. It became our unspoken game, building tension like a rubber band stretched taut. One evening, after a particularly grueling day of classes, we decided to hit the campus gym together. The place was empty, just us and the hum of fluorescent lights. As we spotted each other on bench presses, our hands brushed more than necessary. Sweat glistened on our skin, and the air thickened with something primal yet innocent. Admiration, perhaps, or desire cloaked in friendship. In the locker room afterward, I stripped down first, heading to the showers. Jordan followed, but lingered by the benches. Through the steam, I saw him watching again, his expression a mix of longing and conflict. I didn't rush. I let the water cascade over me, aware of his gaze like a touch. Back in the dorm, the dam broke. "Alex, we need to talk," he said, voice low as we sat on our beds facing each other. "About what?" I played dumb, though my stomach twisted. "You know what? The way you've been, changing in front of me. It's like you're testing me or something." I swallowed hard. "And if I am? What then?" His eyes searched mine. "I'm not. I don't know what I am. But when I look at you, it's not just as a friend." The admission hung there, raw and vulnerable. I reached out, my hand on his knee. "Me too, Jordan. For months now." We talked late into the night, unraveling layers of confusion and fear. He spoke of his upbringing, the sermons decrying anything outside the heterosexual norm, the friends back home who'd disown him if they knew. I shared my own journey, coming out in high school, the bullying, the eventual acceptance from my progressive family. Our worlds collided in that room, sparking debates on identity, society, and choice. But as dawn crept in, doubt seeded. Was this real, or just the thrill of the forbidden? And what about the ethics of how it started, with me catching him in a private moment and turning it into something more? The weeks that followed were a whirlwind of stolen moments and whispered confessions. Jordan and I navigated our new reality with the caution of explorers in uncharted territory. We'd study together in the library, our knees brushing under the table, sending sparks up my spine. Late-night walks around campus turned into deep discussions about life, love, and the prejudices that still lingered in modern America. One afternoon, we grabbed coffee at a quaint spot off campus, the kind with rainbow flags in the window signaling a safe space. As we sat outside, sipping lattes, Jordan opened up more. "Back home, being gay isn't just frowned upon. It's like a sin against God and country. My dad, he's a veteran, always talking about traditional values. If he knew." I reached across the table, squeezing his hand briefly. "But you're here now. You get to define your own values." He smiled faintly, but his eyes held worry. "What if this blows up? What if someone finds out?" That fear became our shadow. On campus, UCLA was progressive, pride events, LGBTQ+ clubs, but not everyone shared that vibe. Our frat house friends, a mix of jocks and party animals, tossed around casual slurs like, "That's so gay," without thinking. I winced every time, but Jordan laughed it off, masking his discomfort. The first real conflict hit during a group hangout. We were at a house party, music thumping, red cups everywhere. Mike, one of our buddies, was drunk and ranting about politics. "All this woke crap is ruining the country. Guys marrying guys? Come on, that's not natural." The room erupted in mixed reactions. Some laughs, some eye rolls. Jordan stiffened beside me, his face paling. I wanted to speak up, but he shot me a warning glance. Later, back in the dorm, he exploded. "Why didn't you say something? You just sat there." "I didn't want to out us," I protested. "It's your call when to come out." He paced the room, frustration boiling over. "That's the problem, Alex. I'm not ready. And hearing that shit, it reminds me why." We argued for hours, voices rising and falling. It was our first fight, exposing the cracks in our foundation. He accused me of pushing too fast. I countered that hiding was exhausting. By morning, we'd made up, curled together on my narrow bed, but the tension lingered. As midterms approached, the pressure mounted. Jordan threw himself into studies, avoiding intimacy. I'd catch him staring again, but now with guilt etched on his features. One night, after a long study session, I confronted him. "What's going on? You pull away every time we get close." He sighed, rubbing his temples. "I'm scared. Okay? What if this is just a phase? What if I ruin our friendship?" "It's not a phase for me," I said firmly. "But if it is for you, we need to figure that out." That conversation led to a tentative step forward, our first real date. We drove to Santa Monica Pier, the ocean breeze whipping around us as we walked hand in hand under the Ferris wheel lights. For a few hours, the world faded. Just us, laughing at arcade games, sharing cotton candy. On the beach, As waves crashed, he kissed me softly, tentatively. It was sweet, charged with emotion rather than lust. But reality crashed back the next day. Jordan's phone buzzed with a call from home, his mom checking in. He answered cheerfully, but I heard the strain. After hanging up, he confessed. She asked if I had a girlfriend yet. I lied, said I was focusing on school. The lie stung, but I understood. My own family knew about me, supportive from afar. But Jordan's world was different. We delved into heavier topics. Conversion therapy stories in the news, anti-gay legislation in some states, the ongoing fight for equality. It fueled our bond but also highlighted the risks. A turning point came during Pride Month. The campus buzzed with events, a parade, panels on queer history. I wanted to go together publicly. Jordan hesitated. What if pictures end up online? My family follows my socials. Come on, I urged. It's anonymous in a crowd, and it's important to stand up, be visible. He agreed reluctantly. At the parade, surrounded by rainbows and cheers, he relaxed, even holding my hand amid the throng. But as we posed for a group photo with friends, his smile faltered. That night, scrolling through Instagram, he panicked. Shit, Mike tagged us. If my brother sees. We untagged quickly, but the damage was done. His anxiety spiked. Back home, questions arose. His dad called, probing about all that liberal nonsense at college. Jordan deflected, but the close call shook him. Our relationship deepened amid these storms. We shared dreams. Me pursuing journalism to amplify marginalized voices, him aiming for law to fight injustices. But societal pressures weighed heavy. Friends began noticing our closeness. Whispers started. You two are always together. Anything going on? We denied it, but the denials felt like betrayals. One evening, after a heated debate club meeting on LGBTQ+ rights, Jordan broke down. I want this, Alex, but the world makes it so hard. I held him, whispering assurances, yet inside, doubts crept in. Was I forcing him into something he wasn't ready for? And that initial moment, me letting him watch, did it manipulate the situation? As summer break loomed, the real test approached. Separation. I'd head back to New York. He'd return to Texas. How would we survive the distance, the secrets? Summer break hit like a freight train, ripping us apart geographically and emotionally. I flew back to New York, immersing myself in the city's vibrant energy. Pride parades in full swing, friends who embraced my identity without question. Jordan returned to Texas, back to the stifling heat and even hotter scrutiny of his family. We texted constantly at first, late-night calls filled with longing. I miss you, he'd say, voice hushed from his childhood bedroom. Church was brutal today. Another sermon on traditional marriage. Hang in there, I'd reply. Remember the pier? That's us, not this. But as weeks dragged on, cracks widened. His responses grew sporadic, excuses piling up. Family barbecues, helping on the ranch, old friends demanding time. I sensed the pull of his old life, the comfort of conformity. One night, during a video call, he looked exhausted. My cousin came out last year. Family disowned him. I can't. I won't be that. My heart ached. But you're not alone. We can face it together. He shook his head. Easy for you to say. Your folks are cool with it. The argument escalated, old wounds reopening. I accused him of cowardice. He called me insensitive. We hung up angry, a first in our fragile romance. Back in New York, I confided in my best friend, Sarah. Over rooftop drinks, I spilled everything, from the initial gaze to our current impasse. It's like he's two people, the Jordan I know and the one Texas wants. She nodded sympathetically. Love shouldn't require hiding, but forcing him out could destroy him. Her words haunted me. Was our relationship built on sand? That moment in the dorm, had I exploited his vulnerability? Meanwhile, Jordan faced his own turmoil. He later told me about a family dinner where politics dominated. His uncle ranted about the gay agenda ruining America. Everyone nodding along. Jordan stayed silent, stomach churning. That night, he snuck out, driving aimlessly, tears streaming. He called me then, voice breaking. I can't do this anymore. Pretending. Hope flickered. Then don't. Come out, or at least to me fully. But he backpedaled. I need time. Time became our enemy. As August neared, reunion loomed, but so did dread. I threw myself into an internship at a local news outlet, covering stories on LGBTQ+ rights, protests against discriminatory laws, triumphs in court. It fueled my resolve but highlighted Jordan's stagnation. When we returned to campus, the reunion was bittersweet. He hugged me tightly in the airport, but pulled away quickly, eyes darting. Back in the dorm, we fell into old patterns, but caution ruled. No public displays, no risks. The first major conflict post-summer erupted during a campus event. A guest speaker, a prominent gay activist, discussed coming out in conservative environments. Jordan attended with me but fidgeted throughout. Afterward, in a panel Q&A, I stood up. How do you deal with a partner who's afraid to come out? The speaker's response was compassionate. Patience, but set boundaries. Love isn't hiding. Jordan stormed out. Back home, he unleashed. You basically outed our issue in public. What if someone connects the dots? I was anonymous. I shot back. But we can't keep living like this. It's killing me. The fight exposed deeper rifts. He feared losing his family. Scholarships tied to good behavior. I worried about resentment building. We took a break, whatever that meant. Still roommates, still friends, but no more intimacy. The separation was torture. I'd see him laugh with friends, wondering if he regretted us. Whispers grew louder. A rumor mill churned. One day, Mike cornered me. Dude, you and Jordan? Spill. None of your business, I snapped. But it became everyone's business when a photo surfaced. An old one from Pride. Us holding hands, posted by a mutual friend. It went viral in our circle. Texts flooded in. Support from some, judgment from others. Jordan panicked, blocking numbers, retreating inward. His family called after a cousin saw it online. Is this true? His dad demanded. He denied it vehemently. Just friends messing around. The lie gutted me. That night he confessed, tears flowing. I told them it's nothing, but it's everything to me. Why deny us? Pleaded. Because I'm not ready to lose them. The argument peaked in shouts, doors slamming. Neighbors complained. In the aftermath, we sat in silence, exhausted. Reconciliation came slowly. We attended counseling at the campus LGBTQ+ center. Anonymous sessions unpacking trauma, societal pressures. Jordan shared stories of internalized homophobia. I admitted my impatience stemmed from past rejections. Progress inched forward. He came out to a close friend, testing waters. The friend was supportive, a small victory. But bigger storms brewed. Mid-semester, a campus controversy erupted. A conservative group protested Pride events, calling them immoral. Counter-protests formed. Jordan wanted to join me, but hesitated. Stand with me, I urged. He did, holding a sign reading "Love is love." Cameras flashed. It felt empowering. But the next day, his phone exploded. Family saw news clips. His dad disowned him via text. Don't come home if that's your choice. Devastated, Jordan crumbled. I held him as he sobbed, questioning everything. Was visibility worth the pain? Had my push contributed? In the quiet, our bond strengthened through shared grief. We navigated the fallout together, me offering my family's support as a lifeline. Yet doubts persisted. Society's divides, political, cultural, mirrored our struggles. As we healed, questions loomed. Could love conquer such barriers? The disownment hit Jordan like a wrecking ball, shattering his world into fragments of anger, grief, and resolve. He stared at his phone for hours, rereading the message, as if willing it to change. I sat beside him, offering silent comfort, my hand on his back. We'll get through this, I whispered. But getting through meant confronting harsh realities. Jordan's scholarship, partially funded by a family trust, was at risk. He applied for financial aid, navigating bureaucracy while attending classes in a daze. Friends rallied, some with genuine support, others with pitying looks that stung. Our relationship evolved amid the chaos. No longer hidden, but not flaunted. We'd hold hands in safe spaces, share quiet dinners. Intimacy deepened emotionally. Long talks about future plans, how to rebuild. One evening, we drove to the Hollywood Hills, overlooking the city lights. "I never thought it'd come to this," he said, voice steady. "But choosing you, it's the first real choice I've made." I kissed his forehead. "And I'll choose you every day." Yet external pressures mounted. The conservative group on campus escalated, petitioning to defund LGBTQ+ programs. Debates raged in student forums, online and off. Jordan, once silent, spoke up in class. "Discrimination isn't opinion. It's harm," he argued, earning nods and glares. Backlash followed. Anonymous notes slipped under our door. "Fags go home." We reported them, but the culprits remained shadows. It fueled paranoia. Jordan jumped at noises, avoided walking alone. I pushed for action, organizing a rally against hate. He joined, but with reservation. "What if it makes things worse?" "It already is," I countered. "Silence enables it." The rally drew hundreds, speeches echoing demands for equality. Jordan took the mic unexpectedly. "I lost my family for being true to myself, but I gained a community. Don't let fear win." Applause thundered. I beamed with pride. But post-event, exhaustion hit. "Was it worth it?" he asked later. "Absolutely," I said, but inwardly, I wondered if I'd influenced his decision too much. As the semester wound down, personal growth intertwined with societal mirrors. News cycles buzzed with Supreme Court cases on gay rights, elections pitting progress against regression. We volunteered at a local shelter for queer youth, hearing stories that echoed ours: rejection, resilience. One kid, a teen runaway, shared his tale of abuse. Jordan connected deeply. "I get it," he told him, "but there's hope on the other side." The experience shifted him. He reached out to his mom, a tentative email explaining his truth. No response at first, then a call. Tearful, she admitted confusion but love. "Your dad. He's stubborn. Give him time." A crack in the armor, but not full acceptance. Jordan clung to it, a lifeline. Our bond faced its ultimate test during finals week. Stress amplified everything. I caught Jordan scrolling ex-friends' profiles, ones who'd ghosted after the photo leak. "Why torture yourself?" I asked. "Closure," he muttered. It led to a blow-up. "You're still holding on to that life. The one without me." He fired back. "And you're pushing me to burn every bridge. Maybe I want reconciliation, not revolution." The fight left us raw, sleeping apart for the first time. Reflection followed. I apologized first. "I'm scared of losing you to the past." He hugged me. "You won't. But change takes time. For me. For them." Reconciled, we entered break with cautious optimism. This time he joined me in New York, my family welcoming him like their own. Christmas lights, snowball fights, normalcy he craved. His dad called on New Year's Eve, gruff but present. "Your mom misses you. Come home sometime." No apology, but an olive branch. Jordan wept with relief. Back at UCLA, spring brought renewal. We joined the LGBTQ+ club officially, advocating for policy changes. Jordan even started a blog, anonymous at first, sharing his journey. But controversies persisted. A bill in Texas aimed to restrict trans rights, hitting close to home. We protested remotely, voices joining a national chorus. Amid triumphs, doubts lingered. Friends debated our story. Was the initial gaze a violation? Did I manipulate by not stopping? One night, over pizza with allies, the topic arose. "It's complicated," I admitted. "But it led here." Jordan nodded. "Regrets? Maybe. But I'd choose this path again." As graduation neared, futures beckoned. I landed a job in LA media, he in public interest law. We'd stay together, building a life. Yet society's fractures remained. Anti-gay incidents rose, reminding us progress was fragile. In quiet moments, we'd reflect on that first day, the gaze, the choice. It sparked everything. Love, loss, growth. With graduation caps tossed high, our college chapter closed amid cheers and tears. Jordan and I stood hand in hand on the quad, the California sun bathing us in warmth. "We made it," he said, grinning ear to ear. But making it meant more than degrees. It was surviving the gauntlet of self-discovery and societal pushback. Post-grad, we moved into a tiny apartment in West Hollywood, a haven in a queer-friendly enclave. Mornings started with coffee and kisses, evenings with debates on current events. Jordan's family thawed slowly. His mom visited first, awkward hugs evolving into genuine conversations. "I don't understand everything," she admitted over dinner, "but I see how happy he makes you." His dad remained distant, occasional calls laced with tension. Jordan navigated it with therapy, unpacking years of conditioning. Professionally, we thrived. My journalism role exposed me to stories of queer struggles nationwide. Bans on books, attacks on rights. I come home fired up, Jordan listening patiently before offering legal insights. One article I wrote delved into accidental outings, mirroring our start. Interviewees shared mixed views. Some saw it as catalyst, others as breach. It sparked online debates, comments flooding in. Jordan read it, thoughtful. "You didn't mention us." "Privacy," I said. "But it makes you think. Was our beginning ethical?" He pondered. "Maybe not perfect, but honest. We both chose to continue." Our relationship matured, weathering minor storms. Jealousy over work hours, differing views on activism. I favored bold protests. He preferred strategic litigation. A major test came during Pride in LA. Massive crowds, floats, music. We marched together, no hiding. Photos went viral, this time intentionally. Jordan's extended family saw. Some unfriended, others reached out supportively. Backlash hit when a conservative outlet twisted my article, accusing us of promoting voyeurism as romance. Trolls flooded our socials with hate. We stood firm, issuing a joint statement. Our story is about love prevailing over fear, not sensationalism. The controversy bonded us closer, but highlighted ongoing battles. Friends' weddings, gay couples tying the knot, inspired dreams of our own. "Someday," Jordan whispered during one ceremony. Yet reality intruded. News of shootings at queer venues, legislative rollbacks in red states. We volunteered more, donating to causes, advocating tirelessly. In quieter times, we'd hike in the hills, reflecting. "Remember that first day?" I'd ask. "How could I forget?" He'd smile. "Your confidence. It drew me in. But was it right? Me not stopping." He'd squeeze my hand. It was mutual. We both lingered in that moment. As years blurred, our story became anecdote among friends. A tale of unlikely beginnings leading to enduring love. Jordan reconciled partially with his dad. Holidays spent in tentative peace. We adopted a dog, symbolizing commitment. Life normalized, bills, routines, joys. But the world evolved unevenly. Victories like nationwide protections contrasted with setbacks. Our choices to love openly remained acts of defiance. Looking back, the initial gaze wasn't just curiosity. It was the spark igniting transformation. Through conflicts, we chose each other repeatedly, defying odds. In the end, our journey posed a profound question. Was it morally right to turn a moment of unintended vulnerability into the foundation of a lifelong relationship?